Hakka, also rendered Kejia, is one of the major languages within the Sinitic branch of Sino-Tibetan, and it is spoken natively by the Hakka people in southern China, Taiwan, Hong Kong and throughout the diaspora areas of East Asia, Southeast Asia, and around the world. Due to its primary usage in scattered isolated regions where communication is limited to the local area, Hakka has developed numerous variants or dialects, spoken in Guangdong, Fujian, Jiangxi, Guangxi, Sichuan, Hunan, and Guizhou provinces, including Hainan Island, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Singapore and Taiwan. Hakka is not mutually intelligible with Mandarin, Wu, Southern Min, or other branches of Chinese. It is most closely related to Gan and is sometimes classified as a variety of Gan. Taiwan, where Hakka is the native language of a significant minority of the island's residents, is an important world center for study and preservation of the language. Pronunciation differences exist between the Taiwanese Hakka dialect and China's Guangdong Hakka dialect. Even in Taiwan, two local varieties of Hakka exist. The Meixian dialect of northeast Guangdong in China has been taken as the standard dialect by the People's Republic of China. The Guangdong Provincial Education Department created an official romanization of Moyin in 1960, one of 4 languages receiving this status in Guangdong. Etymology: the name of the Hakka people, who are the predominant original native speakers of the variety, literally means guest families, or guest people. Hakka means guest, and Ka means family. Amongst themselves, Hakka people variously called their language Hakka Fa Ae, Hak Fa, Ae, to Guangdong Fa Arya F plus or minus E, literally, native Guangdong language, and Ngai Fa E, Maya language. History. Early history. It is commonly believed that Hakka people have their origins in several episodes of migration from northern China into southern China during periods of war and civil unrest dating back as far as the end of Western Jin. The forebears of the Hakka came from present-day Hainan and Jiangxi provinces and brought with them features of Chinese varieties spoken in those areas during that time. The presence of many archaic features occur in modern Hakka, including final consonants ptk, as are found in other modern southern Chinese varieties, but which have been lost in Mandarin. Due to the migration of its speakers, Hakka may have been influenced by other language areas through which the Hakka-speaking forebears migrated. For instance, common vocabulary is found in Hakka, Min, and the Shi languages. Linguistic development. A regular pattern of sound change can generally be detected in Hakka, as in most Chinese varieties, of the derivation of phonemes from earlier forms of Chinese. Some examples: characters such as ura plus or minus, are pronounced roughly mwio and in early Middle Chinese, have an initial V phoneme in Hakka, being vu and vuk in Hakka respectively. Like in Mandarin, labiodentalization process also changed mj to aw-like sound in Hakka before grave vowels, while Cantonese retained the original distinction. Middle Chinese initial phonemes of the characters a and e, yen, among others, merged with ng initials in Hakka. For comparison, in Mandarin, became r, while in Cantonese, it merged with initial. The initial consonant phoneme exhibited by the character e is pronounced f or v in Hakka. The initial consonant of a hk usually corresponds with an h, approximant in Hakka, and a voiceless alveopalatal fricative in Mandarin. Phonology. Dialects. Hakka has as many regional dialects as there are counties with Hakka speakers as the majority. Some of these Hakka dialects are not mutually intelligible with each other. Surrounding Meixian are the counties of Pingyuan, Dabu, Jiaoling, Xingning, Huayue, and Fengshan. Each is said to have its own special phonological points of interest. For instance, the Xingning does not have rhymes ending in m or p. These have merged into n and t ending rhymes, respectively. Further away from Meixian, the Hong Kong dialect lacks the u-medial, so whereas Moyin pronounces the character epimil as quangstrami, Hong Kong Hakka dialect pronounces it as kangstrami section, which is similar to the Hakka spoken in neighboring Shenzhen. As much as endings and vowels are important, the tones also vary across the dialects of Hakka. The majority of Hakka dialects have 6 tones. However, there are dialects which have lost all of their Rusheng tones, and the characters originally of this tone class are distributed across the non-Ru tones. Such a dialect is Changting E ± Euro, which is situated in the western Fujian province. Moreover, there is evidence of the retention of an earlier Hakka tone system in the dialects of Haifeng E micron E ± and Lufeng E unregistered trademark E ± situated on coastal southeastern Guangdong province. They contain a yin-yang splitting in the ka tone, giving rise to 7 tones in all. In Taiwan, there are 2 main dialects, Sichuan and Haifeng, alternatively known as Hailu. Hakka dialect speakers found on Taiwan originated from these 2 regions. Sichuan speakers come from Yang and surrounding Jiaoling, Pingyuan, Xingning, and Huaihua. Yang County later changed its name to Meixian. The Huilayuk dialect contains post-alveolar consonants, which are uncommon in other southern Chinese varieties. Huaihua, Dabu, and Xingning dialects have 2 sets of fricatives and affricates. Ethnologue reports the dialects as Yutai, Yuzhong, Huizhou, Yubei, Tingzhou, Ninglong, Yugi, Tonbu. Vocabulary: like other southern Chinese varieties, Hakka retains single-syllable words from earlier stages of Chinese. Thus it can differentiate a large number of working syllables by tone in rhyme. This reduces the need for compounding or making words of more than 1 syllable. However, it is also similar to other Chinese varieties in having words which are made from more than 1 syllable. Hakka prefers the verb, K-angstrom E microampere copyright E, when referring to saying rather than the Mandarin shui. Hakka uses, Sitian E pound Y, like Cantonese, say K for the verb to eat, and E2, Jemi microampere yen for to drink, unlike Mandarin which prefers Ka florin as to eat, and Hue as to drink, where the meanings in Hakka are different, to stutter and to be thirsty respectively. Writing systems: various dialects of Hakka have been written in a number of Latin orthographies, largely for religious purposes, since at least the mid-19th century. Previously, the single largest work in Hakka is the New Testament and Psalms, although since 2012, that has been surpassed by the publication of the complete Hakka Bible known as the Today's Taiwan Hakka version and includes the Old Testament along with audio recordings. These works render Hakka in both Romanization and Han characters and are based on the dialects of Taiwanese Hakka speakers. The work of biblical translation is being performed by missionaries of the Presbyterian Church in Canada. The popular The Little Prince has also been translated into Hakka, specifically the Maoli dialect of Taiwan. This also was dual script, albeit using the Tonghai pinyin scheme. See also, varieties of Chinese. References: Branner, David Prager. Problems in Comparative Chinese Dialectology The Classification of Mian and Hakka. Trends in Linguistic Series, No. 123. Berlin, Mouton de Guita. ISBN 978-3-11-015831-1. Further reading: Hashimoto, Mantaro J. The Hakka Dialect, A Linguistic Study of its Phonology, Syntax and Lexicon. Princeton Cambridge Studies in Chinese Linguistics 5. Cambridge University Press. ISBN 0-521-13367-X. O'Connor, Kevin. A Proto-Hakka. Asia Africa Django Bunker Kejia / Journal of Asia and Africa Studies 11, 1 64. Schwenk, Simon Hartwich. Het Loei Firm Dialect. Leiden, E. J. Brill. Retrieved February 11, 2015. External links: Hakka Text-to-Speech, Hakka People Online, Searching for My Hakka Roots, Classification of Hakka Dialects, Aspects of Meixian-Moian Dialect of Hakka Phonology, Information about Hakka, video with basic Hakka sentences as used by the East Timorese Chinese on YouTube, Chinese to Hakka Character Converter.